completely sure you understood a situation, only to realize later that you were wrong? Yes, most of us have. And that moment when everything suddenly flips is what my talk is about. Perspective. Not the drawing kind, but the way we see people and situations, and how shifting the angle just a little bit can completely change what we think, how we feel, and how we act. Perspective is the lens we look through. It's shaped by our mood, our experiences, what we assume, what we notice or don't notice. Two people can look at the exact same moment and see two different things. And neither one is necessarily wrong. They're just seeing it from different angles. Perspective doesn't change reality. It changes how we interpret it. And a lot of misunderstandings and conflicts happen because we only see one angle, our own. And the truth is, most of what we react to is just the surface, like the tip of an iceberg. We see a tiny piece of someone's behavior, a single expression, and one moment in their day. But we never see everything underneath, like their stress, their fears, their responsibilities, their past. All of that is hidden below the waterline. And yet we judge the entire iceberg based only on the part sticking out. When we forget how much we don't see, we forget how much our perspective can mislead us. So let me take you into a moment all of us know too well. Imagine yourself. You're walking down the hallway, you're carrying heavy stuff, and you're tired, you're stressed, and suddenly someone bumps into you, hard as you took it to your notice. Your brain reacts fast, feeling sorry before you even realize it yourself. And immediately you'll be like, wow, seriously? How rude. You didn't even say sorry, because from your perspective, it felt personal. It felt intentional, and it felt disrespectful. Our mind builds a whole explanation in seconds, but we rarely stop to walk a mile in someone's shoes before deciding what their actions mean. We have all done this, judged a situation based on how it felt to us, not on what actually happened. So we can see this in an everyday life situations too. So a person comes up to you and gossips about another person. But you don't know what actually happened to that another person, but you start to form an opinion about them in your mind. It's natural. You're not doing it on purpose. You do it without even realizing it. And you might say things like, oh, that was wrong. Or something like, they shouldn't have done that. But you don't know what actually happened, what led to that situation, or what caused it. And think about something we all know. Even judges don't make decisions based on one person's thoughts or one moment. They don't sentence someone according to one side's story. Why? Because they know there are always two perspectives, hidden details, missing context, and facts that haven't been revealed yet. If the law itself refuses to judge based on the surface, why should we judge people that way? It shows us that fairness comes from stepping back, collecting the full picture, and remembering that no single story ever tells the whole truth. But perspective doesn't mean letting people to mistreat us. It simply helps us respond wisely while still protecting our boundaries. There's a big difference between misunderstanding someone and someone intentionally hurting you. If a person repeats the same behavior over and over again, that's not about perspective anymore. That's about boundaries, and you're allowed to have them. Of course, perspective doesn't mean allowing people to treat us however they want. Perspective helps us see clearly, but boundaries help us stay safe. And that's what leads us to one more important idea: how to actually have a more objective perspective. It starts with slowing down your reaction, even if just for a second. It means remembering the iceberg, the part we don't see. It means questioning your assumptions instead of believing them right away. And most importantly, it means allowing a room for the possibility that you might not have the whole story yet. Objective perspective isn't about ignoring your feelings. It's about not letting your first feeling become the final truth. And next time, when you're furious about someone, think. Take a second and ask yourself, what might I be missing? Because maybe they're not rude. Maybe they're not doing that on purpose. Maybe they're not careless. Maybe you just saw one moment and assumed the whole thing. The moral of the story is simple. Don't judge a book by its cover, because you never know what's inside until you actually read it. But most of us never go past through the first page of someone's behavior and assume the whole thing. When you change the way you see things, the things you see begin to change. Thank you.